Personal branding services are the actions that help you become a thought leader in your industry or niche. And there are many ways to help position yourself as an authority. The scope of a personal brand service will depend on the type of personal branding company you decide to work with. There are two main types of personal branding companies. There are personal branding agencies and personal branding consultants. In this video, we'll explain the difference in personal branding services that each of these types of companies offer, what you get, and the results you can expect from each. The benefits of building a personal brand. Given that you have been searching for personal branding services, I could assume that you already know the value of building a personal brand. Yet, you might not be aware of all the doors that a personal brand can open for you. Some of the typical results that people look for when building a personal brand are: generate new sources of revenue through speaking, writing books, consulting, coaching. Another type of results is to minimize the sales cycle by generating brand awareness, have people search for your brand name instead of the typical service offered in your industry, and create unaided recall and be top of mind for the topics you want to be known for in your ideal audience. And the third thing is people also want to create leverage to command higher fees by positioning yourself as a trusted authority, potentially create new businesses, and attract the right talent to minimize your hiring cost. If you'd like more specific examples of the type of results that can be achieved with personal branding, you can check our article that lists some of the B2B leaders that are doing a great job with their personal branding on LinkedIn. We'll put the link in the description of this video. What does a personal branding service include? In this section, we'll talk about what you can typically get when engaging with an agency for personal branding services. Later on, we'll explore this topic from the perspective of working with a personal branding consultant. Personal branding discovery services. The first stage of a personal branding services engagement is the discovery phase. This is where you get to know yourself and your audience to maximize the potential of alignment. We go deep into understanding what you want to be known for and the problems you typically help others solve. Examples of specific deliverables in this phase can be a competitor's research, and this is a report that will have information related to the keywords your competitors are ranking for, the type of content they're generating, the topics they cover, and any other key pieces of information that will help craft your strategy to maximize your resources. For example, if you're competing against a big brand that has a lot of domain authority and page authority, you might want to go for long tail keywords so that you have a chance to rank, and as you build your authority, you can later on go for more broad terms. Internal analysis. This phase of the personal branding services process can also include other elements that will depend on how much work has already been done for your digital presence. Some of these might be optimizations opportunities on your website, like adding buttons to increase conversion rates. We could do SEO optimization, like working on blogs that might be ranking on the second page of Google, and with a couple tweaks, we can get it to the first page of Google. We could also find out optimization opportunities on your social media profiles, like better headline on LinkedIn, professional photos, adding a banner with a call to action, and many others. And there's also potential ROI for your personal branding efforts, like calculating what's your cost of acquisition, lifetime value, and other variables that will help understand how to maximize your investment in a personal brand. Ideal customer profiles. This is a document that highlights the demographics and psychographics of your ideal client. And this will be used to prioritize the type of content that should be created, the tone used when writing blogs, captions, and many other components of your personal branding efforts. If you already have the document, then an agency will likely ask for it. If not, a workshop can be conducted with members of your organization to craft this document, which can later be used for many other marketing and sales activities. These are some of the elements that can be covered during a discovery phase. After that, we'll go into the strategy phase. Personal branding strategy services. This phase is about getting specific about the goals you want to achieve and making decisions about the best way to get there in line with your available resources. Some of the deliverables from this phase can be a strategy report. This is a document that contains information about your content strategy, social media strategy, and overall personal brand strategy. You'll receive recommendations about pillar of content that we'll use for the whole process, which is typically a blog or a podcast, and we also narrow it down to 2 to 3 topics that you will create content for in line with the niche you want to dominate as a thought leader. Also, this report includes decisions about the channels we will use to distribute the content. In the B2B space, we typically go with LinkedIn and YouTube. Yet, you could also add some others like Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. The cadence of the distribution is also decided here. Whether it is a couple of posts per week or more than 1 post per day, we make a commitment in advance so that we can be consistent and generate trust. This document will also contain timelines and milestones that will serve as a map to make sure we are going in the right direction and getting closer to achieving your goals. Typically, it contains the number of followers, views, podcast episodes, website visitors, forms filled, lead clients, and many other measurable results. Brand identity. If you already have a brand guide and a logo, then this step can be skipped. If not, we will work with you to create a brand identity. In its most basic form, this is typically a color palette, a typeface selection, and logo and icons. This is the foundation of being able to design other items such as videos, social media carousels, social media banners, flyers, website, ads, and any other form of assets that you put out there that are related to your brand. Personal brand marketing services. This type of service is one of the main differences between personal branding agencies and personal branding consultants. On average, consultants can help with discovery and strategy, but it is unlikely that they will help with the execution. An agency can help with content creation and distribution, which must be done at a high quality and with consistency if you want to dominate your niche. Content creation. This component of the service relates to the number of pieces of content and types of pieces of content that can be created. Some usual types of content are long-form video, short-form video, carousel posts, authority quotes, motivational quotes, engagement posts. The first 3 examples, the video, the carousel, and posts, are a great example of our content on content model. All those pieces of content come from a blog, and you'll see the links in the description or on the blog if you go to our website. A content distribution. This component relates to distributing the content across different channels. Some of the activities related to content distribution are reformatting content for each channel, because some might have vertical versus horizontal video, creating relevant captions for each channel, designing relevant thumbnails for each channel and type of content, crafting descriptions for YouTube videos with relevant links and call to actions, leading your audience through YouTube funnel with end of video links, and embedding videos on your blogs to maximize search engine reach. Content analytics. Usually done on a monthly basis, we must analyze data to test our hypothesis. We want to be sure that the content creation and distribution process is getting us closer to your goals and objectives. By leveraging our analytics dashboard, we'll be able to measure and track results to keep doing what is working and to revise and change what is not working. What does a personal brand consultant do? Most agencies should be able to do the work of a personal brand consultant, but not all personal brand consultants will be able to do the same work that an agency does. Typically, the services offered by personal brand consultants fall within the discovery or strategy phase. They will help you create the map and tools, but you'll have to do the work. And don't get me wrong, a great personal brand consultant will be able to pave the way for success. They can help you with elements of your personal branding efforts like brand audits, one-on-one consulting sessions, personal brand strategy, and positioning strategy. A personal branding consultant should be able to provide insights and guidance and can fit in as a personal branding coach. Personal branding coach. This type of service is great for someone who has the skills or the team to create and distribute content but might not have the required experience to craft a winning strategy. A personal branding coach will be a great fit for you if you have been creating content for a while, you know how to do videos, you know how to do blogs, you've been putting some effort into creating content and distributing content, but you might not be getting the results you know you can get. You see other people doing the same thing you're doing, but they're getting better results. What is it that's wrong? That's where a personal branding consultant and a personal branding coach can help. Because a small tweak in small items can make a big difference, like a quality photo, an eye-catching headline, relevant keyword use on your video headlines, great video thumbnails. Coaches should be able to identify these gaps in your personal branding strategy and point you in the right direction to fix this. But doing the work will be on you. The best personal branding package. As you've seen, there is a wide range of personal branding services. The best personal branding package will depend on your goals and the resources you have available. If you're starting from scratch, a personal branding agency might be a good option, as you'd likely need to work on your personal brand identity and develop a personal branding strategy. After that, you can decide if you want to work with the agency long-term or if you will build a team in-house to create and distribute the content. If you already have the basic elements of your personal branding in place and you have a team that is working with you to create and distribute your content, but you haven't achieved any significant results, a personal branding consultant can be a great option. And these are just some of the possibilities. If you'd like more guidance to decide which is the best personal branding package for you, feel free to schedule a complimentary personal branding discovery and strategy call with us. Also, you can visit our services page to learn more about what's included in each of our services and the price range for each.